Hey, DragonCon Crispy here with our friend Tom. Tom, thank you for making it back out,
man,
sir.
Great to be here. I love it.
So,
this is only my second.
I was this is your almost second time here.
Yeah, because I dipped my toe in it in 2010. I happened to be visiting a nephew of mine that lived in Atlanta.
You were just in town.
I was just in town.
Yeah.
And so then we wound up, hey, they put me on a couple of panels.
Yeah.
And I've been wanting to get back ever since.
Yeah.
And you guys have always been asking me.
Yes,
but Labor Day, when you got kids that are in school, Labor Day is a very rough
hectic.
weekend.
Yeah.
So now, I feel like my kids are a little older and slightly
trustworthy.
easier, so I can rock DragonCon.
Right, man.
It's
and you're back.
actually my first time as an official DragonCon.
Right, because you snuck in. Because I remember the year that you were here, 2000. I've been here for 18 years doing this.
God.
And when you were here,
You haven't changed a bit,
thank you, I
baby.
appreciate that, man. It's nothing but the finest booze, I guess. But like when somebody like, hey, did you guys hear that Tom was here? I'm like, what? He wasn't on the guest list, otherwise I would have said something. Like, no, he just showed up, and now he's on panels. I'm like, DragonCon.
Crash the party.
Yeah.
That's what DragonCon is.
So.
And it was so fun then, and even more fun now.
Nice. So when did you roll in? Like, have you already been going hardcore since you've been here?
No, I
or?
got in just yesterday, and just opened up the store today down in Walk of Fame, and got so much going on this weekend. Saturday night in the Marriott Ballroom, my 14-piece soul band.
I've been hearing about that.
Yo, you're gonna like it.
If I can make it, I'm definitely gonna be there for that.
14-piece band, Tom Kenny and the High Seas, Saturday in the Marriott Ballroom. Free, of course, to all DragonCon badge holders. And just a soul band playing classic American 60s soul. So.
Which we need more of that right now, honestly.
Boy, you're telling me.
Yeah.
That's what feels so good about being in this band. I haven't been in a band since I was 21.
Oh, man,
now I'm 56. So I took a little break.
Right. You haven't changed a day.
Thank you. I feel like I'm putting something joyous out into the air.
Yeah.
You know, Sam Cooke, Otis Redding, you know, all that good old soul music, you know, Wayne Cochran.
Oh, God,
and it's just like, you know.
Now you're speaking my language, sir.
It's so fun. Well, you know, that's one of the things we were talking about, things that one is nerdy about.
Yes.
And I've always been like a record nerd, like old rock and roll.
Old classic
stuff that predates me.
Right.
So
there's the whole vinyl era, sure, but we're just talking like pre all of that, like just music, classic music.
Yes. Well, now vinyl's all cool.
It's back again.
I know. My 20-year-old kid and all his friends are all vinyl nuts. The same way that I was. I'm like, wow, this is cool.
Yeah. There's a bit of a bonding there.
Vinyl is back, baby.
Yeah.
And especially there's a lot of cosplayers here that are rocking the vinyl. Too.
Vinyl is back.
Vinyl is back in more ways.
I don't think that vinyl really went away, but that's a different story entirely. So with vinyl and things like that, do you have a collection yourself at home?
I do. I've always had. I got tons of 45s, 78s.
Oh,
I got 2 jukeboxes, like old.
Wait, like actual classic jukeboxes.
1955 and a 1956. So
wow.
Yeah, they really play records. One of them holds 100 records. One of them holds 50 records.
Right.
So they're both. Seabergs. And so that's what I'm geeky about.
That is fantastic.
But I've also always been a Star Trek guy.
Okay, that's fine, yeah.
Always been a comic book guy.
Okay.
To the point where, and most of my comic book reading was done in the 60s and 70s.
Right.
So, but I can still look at a t-shirt and know who drew it.
Right.
You know, like, wow, Gene Colan,
The
Ross
artists
Andrew.
are awesome, but that was an era when there were so few artists in that industry,
that
the names were
and
like
there was
100%.
no internet, obviously.
Yes.
So like you'd have to buy the Mighty Marvel calendar and see like when their birthdays were. Like, wow, today is Herb Trimpe's birthday. You know, and I remember from those Mighty Marvel calendars we used to buy, I shared a birthday with Mike Plug, who drew Monster of Frankenstein comics for Marvel. And I was a big monster kid, so so that's another thing I'm geeky about.
So what about the monster movies that brought you into that? I mean, it's the horror genre, but no, there's a genre of classic monsters.
I was a Universal monster kid, you know, and bought Famous Monsters of Filmland magazine, and all that Forey Ackerman stuff, and of course, you know, we didn't get cable until well into the 70s in my house.
It took a while.
So it's, you know, those old movies that they would show on Saturday mornings, you know. That kind of shaped my life, you know. Abbott and Costello, Marx Brothers, you know, old film noirs, and then of course those Karloff, Lugosi horror movies. And I still love that stuff.
They're truly timeless.
Oh yeah,
like you could watch that now. The production quality is there. The resonance, everything you feel from that.
Oh yeah,
never changes.
And it's a little different than the slasher movies, which I never really got into. You know, just because
your gore and things
Freddy
like that.
Krueger is just a jerk who kills people. But like the Frankenstein monster, the Wolfman, like, you know, even Dracula, they were sympathetic. Like everybody hates them, and they're going, I didn't ask to be this way.
This is what I am.
And how many of us at these Comic Cons feel like that, right?
That's why it resonates.
It resonates because everybody's the Wolfman when you're 14, and you never stop being 14.
Yeah, amen to that. That is a quote, literally almost verbatim. I'm like, I'm eternally 12 years old, is what I tell people.
Absolutely.
You know, you never really grow out of that.
Well, there's all these different versions of yourself living in your body, right? There's your 6-year-old self, and your 12-year-old self, and your 24-year-old self. And you know, even my 56-year-old self gets a little play once in a while. When I'm in responsible dad mode, you know. But this whole world, this a lifetime of being into this stuff and watching how it's grown and become this gigantic tribe. Yeah. And, you know, in my small town, the few people that were into that same weird crap that I was are still my friends. Yeah. We're still buddies.
You were the outcast in that community, so you formed that bond that just stuck with you.
And it's funny, I wasn't really an outcast per se because luckily I was also funny. Yeah. And I realized in early high school that had some street cred. So it's like, wow.
You make them laugh, you're good.
Being the guy who's kind of funny or crazy or plays in a band or whatever, maybe that's my version of being able to throw a football really far.
It is.
Yeah, which I can't do.
No.
I don't know which end of a football is up. You know, what do I do with this thing?
No, it's always weird when we adapt to what we are. Like, I grew up in a family of musicians, and I was the black sheep of the family. I was the theater actor kid. It's like, I don't, piano? Sure, you do you, Dad, you know, and things like that. So
got it. At least you're kind of in the same wheelhouse.
Exactly.
You know, I'm sure you did musicals and stuff.
Oh yeah, I've done my share.
So you can, you're still the same.
It's the same family.
Same general subset.
Right. Yeah. When it comes to sporty things, it's weird to me to bring up sports, which I think is a really cool topic. Growing up, there was the whole tribalism of geeks versus jocks.
Yes.
And we still have that. But one thing I've loved in the geek community is I'm an unashamed sports fan. Like here in Atlanta, we've got Atlanta United for soccer and things like that.
Of course.
So we're seeing the geeks becoming these not jocks, because that was that negative term, but sports nerds, geeks, and sports geeks in their own right.
Sports fans do their own brand of cosplay too, right?
Oh yeah, we call that out every year. If you're sitting there in
the game with a big piece of cheese on your head, you're basically cosplaying.
You're cosplaying. Yeah. I love when we have the football teams here every year.
Absolutely.
It's always just like, your outfit's weird. Your outfit weird's too. Cool.
And that's really, you know, everybody's got their thing, you know, and it really is all the same. Whatever
break it down.
Whatever makes you geek out.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of overlap. You know, one of my main areas of geekery since I was a kid, even more than comic books, is comic strips, like newspaper
I grew up with that. Calvin and Hobbes for me was my strip of choice.
The greatest.
That and Far Side. Gary Larson and Watterson were my co-parents growing up. Yeah.
And Bloom County too, like at that time.
And he's doing work again. Thanks to the internet, we've got Bloom County again. My God.
And yeah, I loved all that stuff. And then, you know, when I was growing up in the 70s, there was kind of this big flowering of comic strip nostalgia where you could read reprints of, you know, old Popeye strips and Terry and the Pirates and Flash Gordon and all that stuff. Dick Tracy. And I was, what the hell is this stuff, you know? And it was so weird. And then, wow, so there was 4 panels every day in the paper, and then like 6 panels on Sunday.
The Sunday
and
spread.
You had to follow it.
You know? Long stories.
Oh, and then these people.
Those were my first novels growing up, honestly.
Absolutely.
You know?
So I'm a big strip collector, so, you know, I don't know if there's anybody selling newspaper strip art, but I've got a lot of it.
There's possible. So before we get going and wrap things up, I have to know, regardless of generation, do you like Family Circus? That's all I needed, right there.
Boy, you know, good draftsmanship.
Yes.
I like that it was there. You know, it was round. That was crazy.
It stood out.
It's like it's circular. You know. But you gotta love the Keene family, man.
Right, exactly. I'm with that.
You know, those guys. You know, his sons still draw. You know, Disney,
it's still going.
Jeff,
they've updated to, again, comics. We can talk about this for a while, but the way they've adapted with the times has been fantastic.
Absolutely.
We rag on the Family Circus, but we're very much aware of what it means for our culture.
Well, I like those memes where they recaption Family Circus strips.
They're so out there.
Often in a baudy and scatological way. So
that really
cool,
stands
man.
out.
Well, thanks for talking
yeah.
to me.
Well, I got one more before you get out of here.
What is it?
Random question.
Oh, random question. Okay.
Pull from the bucket here. We'll shake
I guess I
it
should
up.
plug that while I'm digging around in here and counting the jelly beans, I should plug that Paradise PD drops on Netflix on August 31st.
Yeah.
All 10 episodes.
Fantastic.
Oh, let's see. I got to go.
Just get
Are
one.
there any yellow ones
There's
in
some
there?
yellow ones.
I got to
That's
go with yellow.
appropriate. Do it.
I'm also colorblind, so
That's
okay.
oh, you should have told me.
Wait,
All right,
there's
I'll
two
read
in
it for
here.
you.
Which are, all right.
Which one do you want?
That one.
That one. All right.
If you could be any dinosaur, what would you be?
Fair.
So easy. Triceratops, man.
Yeah.
Triceratops.
Why is that?
I just think they look cool, man. They got the big,
horns.
they got the big collar and the big horn.
They're
and they're
punk
kinda
rock
fun.
dinosaurs.
Like you
that's
could
me.
ride on them.
Yeah.
You could ride on them.
Majestically, no matter
Yeah.
what. You're like, this is my Triceratops.
Yeah.
All
Dinosaurs.
right.
Come on.
Well, we'll see you in your Triceratops cosplay soon then.
Yes.
So,
Yes. I think
next time.
Will you be the back end of it?
I'll be the back end of it.
Okay,
I'll be your
cool.
tail.
Thanks. You heard it
Awesome.
here.
Deal. Tom, thank you so much for your time.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you, DragonCon.
Thanks, everybody.